Live and direct. Bolt, bolt, bolt. Gee, that just get Chico going right there when I hit him with that. Rasta.
Period.
And y'all know what it is. Y'all know who it is. It is the morning run. We got Big Dog Chico. We got Dukes the Scoop rocking his fam U jersey. Little WNBA action last night. I enjoyed it. Of course, we got Wyoming coming to town this weekend. A lot to talk about. Coach Pollard, Coach Gunnar probably will be joining us. That's one of them Duke Scoop maybes. It's the morning run.
Yes, it's the morning run. We got our eyes on the prize right here. Deuce the Scoop, Uncle Neely, Big Dog Chico, coming to you live and direct, right into your living rooms, your phones, your cars, wherever you're checking in from. It doesn't even matter. It's morning somewhere. So we need our runners, right? Unc, Dukes, runners. Mount up.
Yeah. Mount up, like Chico said. When you mount up, let us know you checking in from. Y'all done got a little lax in the chat with the check-ins, you know. Still got to tap in now. I see North Kakalaki by way of Duval. Let us know you're checking in from. 813 Tampa is in the building. Hey, Fred and Lamont, we're gonna try. We're gonna try Dumos. We're gonna try. We're gonna try to be good. I got my Uncle Chico shirt on, man. I do have that on. Maybe that'll put Chico in the good spirits. Maybe that'll help him out a little bit, put him in the good spirits.
What got me in good spirits last show, Debbie Garcia came on here and said she wore her merch, and everybody was complimenting her on it and saying that they watched the show also.
That's what I'm talking about.
Debbie Garcia. You know?
Hey, Chico.
Yeah.
Birmingham is in the building, but not Alabama. Birmingham, UK, United Kingdom. We caught some fun watching it.
Oh, my goodness gracious, mate.
Omaha, Nebraska is in the building.
Mate.
Yeah, Cordell, Georgia, home of Tree Rollins in the building.
That's damn Tree Rollins. Let me tell you, man, Atlanta
That's
Hawks.
A second reference of
Atlanta
Tree Rollins
Hawks
on this
memory,
show.
Dukes. Atlanta Hawks memory. Do you remember when Tree Rollins and Danny Ainge got tangled up at half court and Tree Rollins bit his fingers?
Yeah, I do. I don't remember when it happened. I saw the highlight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great time. What a time to be alive.
That was back when the NBA was really throwing punches out there, and then they'd be like, you know what? Break it up.
With no injections.
Right. That's why I said break it up, continue playing.
Houston, Texas checking in. Cordell, we said that Denver in the house. Waco, Texas in the building. B. Moore, Maryland. Port Arthur, PAT in the building. I see you.
Bodymore, Maryland.
Yay.
That's what I'm talking about, Debbie Garcia. Debbie Garcia say, I told them this show is better than any nightcap show. Hey, that's Debbie. We appreciate that old pine. Hey, Deuce Scoop, check this out.
Yo.
Where we going today?
I want to go with what I did last night, man, about last night. Let me tell you what I did last night, dude.
What'd you do, big dog?
Man, I watched back-to-back WNBA playoff games, and they were very damn entertaining.
Yeah, the playoff games going crazy. Shout out to the Dream. They couldn't get it done last night, but hey, they put it together.
Yeah, and they came back and made it interesting, and then lost that momentum again against the Fever. Caitlin Clark is out, still dealing with that groin, not playing, but great high intensity basketball, physical. You talk about Tree Rollins biting fingers, like it was a lot of intentional hard fouls out there last night.
Yeah, man, they taking it serious, man. And when I say take it serious, not to be condescending, what I'm saying is it's the playoffs. Yeah. It's been playoff basketball, reminiscent of playoff basketball that we used to see in the NBA. So a lot of the physicality that the game is missing on our side, where the men's side has went to more of a finesse game, shooting the three, they're back to the it's the fundamental, pound the ball into the paint, really at being very physical. And not being shy about it. Like, you're going to get fouled. And that's an entertaining brand. And shout out to the WNBA for continuing to expand the brand, even with being able to put on quality basketball. And this is no shot to either one of them, but Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, neither one of them are playing right now. And they're still putting out a quality product.
Man, well, not only so well said, Deuce Scoop, I really want you to say it again, because we got into this space where folks were acting like without Caitlin Clark, without Angel Reese, all the eyeballs were going to go away. It was going to be meaningless basketball. Neither one of them were out there playing last night, and neither one of the games I watched. And the intensity was high. The basket making, the skill set was high. The refs were engaged. The fans were engaged. I love everything that Reese and Clark did to propel the league, but the league has caught on to that momentum with or without them.
No, for sure, man. Like it's a great product. In Atlanta, man, they're getting people behind them. Like the Dream might have really, and it just goes to show you, man, you put out a winning product, people will find you, and that's what and we saw that with Atlanta United. And you know, Atlanta has been notorious for saying that the fans will turn on you in a heartbeat. But man, you put a winning product out there, they're gonna follow you. So hopefully the Dream can pull it out. That series is 1-1 right now, but I do expect this, the Dream to pull that one out.
Yeah, just for that note, correct me if I'm wrong, Dukes. WNBA, as far as this round, it's 2 out of 3. And the Fever won last night 77-60, but that is tied up 1-1. The Aces and the Storm play. You know, Aces is in Vegas. Storm is Tyler Diggins up there in Seattle. The Storm was able to pull it out 86-83. Both of those series go to a decisive game 3 coming up. So tune into it, man. I really enjoyed it. And I'd imagine, you know, similar to a game 7 or a game 5, game 3 got to be even more energetic.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just looking at the times because that's where Chico is. Ain't it crazy that our primetime games, he's getting at 1:30 in the afternoon and 2 o'clock. That always trips me out. But yeah. I think you go see it's good to have, like right now, as far as playoffs go, this is the sport where you get that playoff atmosphere where you see people lay it all on the line for right now. NFL is a ways away. Baseball isn't quite ready for it. So this is where you're going to get that playoff competition. And the WNBA is doing a great job of being an ambassador for that heightened level of aggression when it comes to playing playoff sports.
Mm-hmm. There's a question for you right there from Southbound 3000.
Duke, how big do you think women's and men's flag football will get, especially in Atlanta? I don't know, but I know in the high school game it's getting big. Like the female flag football in Georgia is getting to that next level. A lot of the females who run track, the girls who run track, they're playing football, and it's a really exciting brand that they pair. And right now it's really kind of affecting softball because some of the girls want to start training in the off season. Because flag football, more schools start to pick it up as a club sport. Eventually, you'll see, and basically where the college dollars go is where the games will go. So I think that's going to be important as far as will there be a women's flag football as it continues to rise in popularity, and money starts to go there. Will colleges start to pick it up? The more colleges pick it up, the bigger it'll get. But I think they're doing a great job in Atlanta of being ambassadors to the sport. The men's side is cool, but the women's high school is really picking up.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, my high school back home in Selma, they have a flag football for girls or / women, young women at the high school. So that's something very different. It's something that's pretty big out here in Hawaii. As yesterday, I took my daughter to softball practice for the first time, and I saw flags or signs for flag football everywhere for young girls. And you just see it out here. You can pass by the park, you'll see young girls practicing flag football. So it's something that's pretty big, and I think it's going to continue to grow in a major way because those girls got skills out there on the football.
I'll tell you what. I don't know if you saw it on the NFL Network where this kid Bryson Wright, B5904 on social media, he made all these one-handed amazing catches. And he's actually been a great ambassador because not only is he a great flag football player, he's a great football player. Right now, he's dominating. He'll probably end up being the number 1 receiver in his class. And so by being able to say that those talents are translatable to the actual football field, I think that's going to really have a big impact on the game of flag football.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, speed translates, making people mistranslate. You still got to catch the ball. That translates. You still have to have a IQ that translates. So it certainly does have an impact, particularly on the women's side, giving them another sport to engage in like men, where you have year round, where you can stay in shape for your main sport by playing this. You know, in our days, you know, guys who played basketball also tried to run a little track just for conditioning, you know, purposes, even if the track wasn't their main thing. So Anything
Yeah.
you do, keep that body tuned in the off season with it. Speaking of tuned in the off season, Chico, I got to ask you this. Now, I had the audio off because I was in a meeting, but I saw the video of your daughter taking her first swings. But then I seen her look back at the camera. Chico, you can't be coaching from behind the gate. Let the girl get her reps in. I don't know what you said, but she looked back like, Daddy, shut up.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see that part of the. You probably did though, because she told me beforehand. Listen, don't be out there yelling. I said, you know what? I'm not going to coach. I'm just going to be the dad on the sideline. But when I walked back up, I saw her at bat for the first time, and the first one she ripped it. Wham! I said, oh, let's go. So I kind of lost it for a second.
I saw her look back. I was like, she go out there coaching. he can't just drop off in practice. Now he want to coach.
Nah. Yeah, so it happens. But great job. But I was going to say this for the flag football. It's good for the young boys too, because it gives them an option if the parents don't want them to play tackle football at a young age. They can go out there and still develop their football skills by playing flag football, whether it's quarterback, wide receiver, especially the skill positions, without taking that beating on their body at an early age. They can go out there and play flag football. That's actually what I coached when I first came here. I got into it, right? It's a different ball game. Let me say that, because I came from coaching football, right? I never coached flag football. I never played flag football for real, right? But I still wanted to coach when I came here, and I had a little cousin that was playing. Started coaching with them. Got the brakes beat off me the first 2, 3, 4, 5 games, dog. I was like, hey, these rules different. I got to learn the rules. So, yeah, different ball game, but it does help the little kids in their skills.
Nah, just 1,000%. This is Cam's second year of tackle football, but he played 2-3 years of flag because he wasn't ready for tackle. He just wasn't. And that last year of flag football, I saw Cam go to make a tackle. Go to make a flag pull, and he tackled the kid, and I said, all right, he's going to be a physical guy. But just him learning, playing on a team full of first-year guys, just him learning the basics helped him a tremendous amount. And, he wasn't just like the best talent out there, but him knowing the game has helped him so much. He was able to develop that through flag.
Absolutely. That's why I put that emphasis on IQ. Like, that translates, because you have to know angles, how to attack, how to be patient, let the game come to you. Because, you think missing a tackle in tackle football is detrimental. You miss that flag and flag, he gone.
We'll holler.
That is not easy to do. Shout out to all the flag footballers out there, all the coaches that volunteer, put in that time with the kids to help develop them skills. You understand me? Shout out to the coach I met yesterday, Coach Chevy, doing this thing with the young boys out there too. As a matter of fact, my son ran over there where the football players were. He pointed out the biggest one on the damn field. Like man, you can't point out the big one, man. Just like your dad.
He get it from his dad.
There you go.
At least he ain't want to turn invisible. He went and did it to their face.
Shout out to little Chico Jr.
Yeah. That joke would be killing me, man. Chico, I'm telling you, if you ever try to pull up on Maury or one of them the judge shows, they gonna throw your ass right out. Like you and all your kids, once y'all smile, y'all eyes closed. Like, yep, they related.
Don't it? That's all right.
All you gotta do is make them laugh. You can steal from them because they close their eyes when they laugh.
Hey, boy, you crazy.
All of them look like Chico.
Man.
Hey, it is the morning run. We got Wyoming coming in this weekend. We got a strong possibility of Coach Gunnar White, offensive line coach, joining before the show is over. Same with Coach Michael Pollock, special teams coordinator, joining before the show is over. They're wrapping up some meetings on campus, but hope to have them hop in and have a quick conversation today. With this being Wednesday game week, Friday, Chico, Dukes, that's not a real practice the day before. That's the walkthrough. So on this Wednesday and Thursday, Coach Prime has adjusted the schedule for a night practice. So practice will be in the evening on these next 2 days, counting today. And so the schedule's kind of flipped around just to shake things up a bit. So hopefully we'll be able to have those two coaches join us today on the morning run. Coach Michael Pollock for special teams and Coach Gunnar White on that offensive line. Speaking of those two areas, I know we'll get into when we have them on. Those have been two of the areas, Dukes, that you could just point to for what coach has been looking for, which is consistency, accountability, and doing your job. This offensive line, attacked over the years as far as being underperforming. Everybody questioned when Coach Prime decided to go with a three-headed monster in that room advising them. And now currently they got a top 10 grade in the nation for the O-line performance so far this year.
Doing an excellent job up front. And I think that's a testament to the coaching and a testament to the recruiting staff for getting guys in here who have been experienced, who have that type of experience, and that can play multiple schemes, whether you want to go gap scheme or zone scheme. These guys have the ability to play either one. And when you look at the size of these guys, Pauls, they like literally they have one of the largest offensive lines in the country. So with that mix, with everything in that, when you put that gumbo together, when you throw everything in the pot, you see the results. And it's a testament to what Colorado has done up front. Now you just need everybody else to catch up, and the special teams hasn't been lost to me at all. Special teams has been really good, and I think that's also a testament to Coach Pollock having somebody literally over that. One of the biggest gripes from when I first got into the Colorado Nation was kind of like, even Buff Nation was like, we don't have a special teams coach. We don't have a special teams coach, and now that you have that, you're seeing you're seeing it pay dividends. So shout out to Coach Pollock and shout out to the specialists.
Yeah, I love that take on that, man. Shout out. Let me get a quick birthday shout out. So I will go by. It is what it is. Canton, Mississippi. Happy birthday to you. And speaking of Mississippi, when you look at that O-line at any given moment out there, 4 or 5 of them are from Mississippi. Who would have thought it? Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? And so I think those guys are performing well. And then when you look at what's taking place, again, on that special teams, which is 1/3 of the game, we had so much talent in the years past and just didn't capitalize off of it or didn't get to where we were playing complement football. But now, Mata is doing this thing, Mate 2.0, Timu Mate, as he calls himself, but I done moved him up to Walmart Mate, is certainly doing his thing. And we just one away from really taking one back to the house. When you watched the film from the Houston game, there were couples. If you don't get that ankle, he gone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, that's some shots from the Houston game right there from the pregame network from Uncle Neely's cam right here. Y'all go check that out. It's on live right now. So if when Coach Gunnar comes on and we talking about the situation where it's three-headed monster and him and Coach Hageman and Coach Andre Gerard, he's up there in the booth with the offensive coordinator, Coach Pat Sherman, during the games. From your perspective, how do you think that can help this offensive line, and how as far as how much it has improved so far? You got 3 guys, you got 2 on the field, you got 1 in the booth. Talk about that dynamic and helping this offensive line.
Excellent question, Chico. But I think it starts before the game starts. Each one of these coaches in the O-line room, first and foremost, they understand that Coach White is the offensive line, tip of the spear. And the other 2 in the room are kind of the prongs that come off that spear, and they all have a unique skill set in what they do and do well, not only just from drills and expertise, but their coaching styles. And then the blend of it comes together and produces, what you have now. So having one of those guys, up top where he can see what's taking place from a more schematics point of view, and another guy being there field level who's able to articulate not only what he's seeing, but translate from the booth as well. It just helps you be able to see things from a multi-layered standpoint. It's almost like chopping down a tree and counting the rings. You get a more inside look at it because you got a 30,000-foot view and you got a sea level view. So I love the relationship those 3 coaches have, the communication they have with the players, the respect that the player has for their coaching styles, development, and what they bring to the table. And it has worked. I literally remember I text Coach Prime, the other day about this. I remember 6 months ago, 9 months ago, and everybody was talking about how this wouldn't work. That you can't have 3 coaches, in one room. Look like it's working.
It's neat. In the education field, doesn't that help the students when you have more teacher to student ratio? How does that work? Y'all know that? Can y'all break that down?
I would think it would. You you have a teacher to student ratio. I think the higher that ratio, the more instruction the students get. I would think.
Right.
I mean, why would you want one teacher for 75 kids when you have 3 teachers per 10 kids? So I love it.
Yesterday at softball practice, take it back to this again. At softball practice, my daughter's first day there. It was her and another little girl's first day there, right? After going through a few drills, the 3 coaches split up the experienced ones, and they let the 2 rookies, for lack of a better word, go over there with another coach, and they had one-on-one with the coach, doing little drills to get them acclimated to what's going on. And it's all the same damn thing, coach. You can get this personal time with your players right here, which will help them develop even more. Come on.
I mean, just like growing up, you remember, like Indy wasn't a part of what we did really growing up. We were like little league ball. What we do, you basically go out there, you work out, then you down there scrimmaging from as soon as like it's 11 on 11. As soon as you get out there, you wait on your turn. And the older we got playing ball, then you start seeing Indy sessions, and then you start seeing more fundamental sessions. So it's the same thing. The best teams had the most coaches usually more times than not.
That's another great one right there. And bring it back again. When I was considering coaching high school football back home, I told them, "No, I'm dead serious."
If you wouldn't say, "I'm here, I go again," we wouldn't know.
Y'all know. The chat knows, but it's all right. I like to set it up like that because I'm going to say it any damn way, right? When I was considering coaching back home, I told them, "Hey man, listen, unless I have a salary to compete with and hire coaches on my staff and not be in the classroom while the other coaches I'm competing with are developing plays and shaking hands in the community and stuff, I'm not going to consider it. I need to be on the same level, have the same, avenue to hire coaches as the guys I'm competing against. If not, I'm not considering. I'm not getting the brakes beat off of me being behind the 8 ball."
I told Coach Hart, Coach Pollock, who hopefully be joining us when they first got to Jackson State. I said, "Man, y'all just missed it." They was like, "Miss what?" I said, "Man, just a few years ago, coaches had to teach classes too."
Damn. See,
I knew as a sophomore at Jackson State to take health during the fall because head coach W.C. Gordon was the health teacher, and I know during the fall he just throwing the eggs out because he finna go coach. But yeah, it wasn't no such thing as just being on campus as a coach. You had to teach something. Now it might have been driver's ed or archery or bowling or health, but you had to instruct the class as well. Now, I mean, college football got so far away from that. It's like, no, coaching full time only.
That's it.
Shoot, some high schools in Georgia like that.
Yeah, there's some high schools in Alabama like that too, but not all. And the like I said, you're not gonna have me in no class. But I'm not teaching English, science, health, PE, none of it. I'm not going back to school after I graduated. That's just me.
No, we know this is you. That's what you told me in Bible school. Shout out to Chris Evans. Chris Evans is Jackson State. He said he did the same thing with Coach Brad in the spring. Coach Brady was the baseball coach. And if I'm not mistaken, Brady was teaching driver's ed. So you had to coach. If you was a coach, you had to teach something too, man.
Those are the classes you take. That's smart.
Yeah, baseball in the spring, football in the fall. Them coaches ain't doing the damn thing.
How you gonna say Chico looked like a home economics teacher? Damn. That was one of my favorite classes, though. I did take home economics in the 7th grade.
Making them cookies.
That teacher loved me, boy. I was like, I'm a good tester. I'll test all the foods y'all make up in this. Yeah.
Chico Dukes, week 4. Colorado stands at 1-2. Georgia Tech home opener, lost that one. Had Delaware come in with a win. Went to Houston last week on the road, lost that one. Sitting at 1-2. Coach Prime is still saying he believes, he's optimistic. Even called on the record and accomplishments of a Dabo out there in the Carolinas, which how you can overcome a record. It starts, though, turning this ship around. It starts this weekend with Wyoming coming to town. But Wyoming is not coming here, pause, just lay down. We are a 2-touchdown favorite, but they bring some unique things to the table. Some of the internal things they bring, for instance, when Coach Mel Tucker was here at Colorado before taking that job in Michigan, his offensive coordinator is the offense coordinator at Wyoming and was the heir apparent to the job here. But, of course, it didn't go that way. Coach Prime, is here now. So Coach Flea, who was our running back coach at Jackson State and here at Boulder, is now at Wyoming. So there's a lot of intertwined drama that could come out in sports. So you better believe those guys are coming here ready to play.
Yeah, that was a really hotly contested game through halftime last week. Was it Wyoming versus Utah, I believe?
Yeah.
Like that game, there wasn't no game for them to lay down. Like Utah really had to come with it in the second half. So they're not, like you said, there's some internal motivation probably. There's also going to be like the motivation that comes along with playing with in front of a national audience when you play Colorado. So all of these things are baked into it, and they play well up front. So this is going to be I hope to see Colorado go out and assert dominance in the run game and also offensively and defensively, and those would be good keys for me to see for the rest. Like if we're talking about reading the tea leaves as far as to how the rest of the season to go be dominant in the up front. Like you could throw, we could throw the ball. We could throw the ball. But you got receivers. You see Staub do it. You seen Sauce do it at sometimes. Like we know you can throw the ball. We know pass blocking is going to be there. I can't wait to see Colorado literally lined up and say, we're running the ball. You know it's coming. We're pinning our ears back, and we're going behind Paul's our best guys. And run power behind Seaton. I can't wait to see it.
Hell, not just Seaton and Big Hill. Side by side. Run power behind them. Bring in a couple tight ends.
Right.
Bring in Yaya. You saw Yaya in the first game as a tight end, right? Bring him in there too.
One of the things I want to underscore there, Chico, and get your thoughts on it. I know a lot of people are fans of football and they just watch when their team plays, but you can learn a lot by watching your opponents who they play else that you also had to play. Like Utah is on our schedule, Wyoming is on our schedule, and they played each other. And you're exactly right, Dukes. It took until really the second half and late into the second half, fourth quarter, before it really separated. Because I just think that's when the physicality and the depth, started to just really swing Utah's way. But it really is a testament to Wyoming and how they didn't just come in at a fold because they were playing Utah. So it's a good example of what Colorado will be facing. You're facing a team that you saw play one of your conference foes, and look how they handled that well. So it's not one of those games, regardless what Vegas is saying, that you just look past. You got to go ahead and prepare for it. And like Dukes is saying, Chico, want to get your thoughts on it. Man up, willpower, because Chico loves pointing out it's a matter of want to, and this is going to be a want to game.
That's exactly what it is. What Duke said, I'm all for right there. That was my game plan going into this, setting up the team from Monday or Sunday, whichever they started practice, to get their minds right, to know that, hey, man, we're running the ball this week. Hey, if y'all don't want to run the ball, get up out of here because we're running the ball this week. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. You got to have that type of meeting when you have, your offensive line in there, your running backs in there. We running the ball this week. So get your minds right. And that's what you have to do. You have to impose your will against this team right here and try to kill them early. They have a fast running back. You got to put the reins on and hold him. But overall, I think their offense doesn't have the firepower, or shouldn't have the firepower, to compete with us if we're playing, fast, dominant football like I think we can on the defensive side. And it starts with getting up early in the ball game. If Caden Salter is the starter, he's running, moving the chains, completing first downs, and get up by 2 scores in this game, I think it'll be over at that point, although this team won't quit. But, virtually it'll be over because we can run the ball and run that clock out.
Chico, you're so spot on it, and that's why Coach Prime flipped practice around some this week, not just necessarily what time of day we practice, but what we do at practice. He started off yesterday's practice on Tuesday with not only ones versus ones, we're doing 1st and 10, and we're doing 2nd and 8. And we finna go at it because we have got to start off these first couple of downs and get ahead of the chains. And we've got to have these drives result in scores, And the only way it's going to resort in scores is you handle business on 1st and 2nd down and make 3rd down so manageable that they don't know what you're going to call because it's 3rd and 2 or it's 3rd and 1. We got to stay out of these 3rd and 18, 3rd and 19 situations, and that starts at 1st down. And Dukesy also, during the presser yesterday, Coach Prime doubled down on that not only are we going to have to stop the run against these guys, we're going to have to make sure that we insert our run game and take their wheel. And that starts with the trenches up front, that O-line, a certain dominance over them. So, I'm looking forward to the matchup, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think what's
absolutely.
Colorado 13.5 point favorite, Dukes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, they favor by 14, and I think this is a really important game to download information. Like you talk about fights. When we know we were just talking about Bud Crawford. Well, traditionally, he likes to start slow and download information, much like Floyd Mayweather. Well, this is one of those fights where one of those games where Colorado can download information, because when Wyoming played Utah, they slowed down Devin Dampier, who's another guy. He had 13 rushes for 86 yards. Utah wants to use their quarterback in the run game. Well, what's been the Achilles heel of Colorado so far this year? Quarterbacks in the run game. They can take this film and use it so many ways, and then also see what worked well for Wyoming when you run a Salter, and you can use that going forward. So this is a really important game in a multitude of ways. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, Chico, as a former player, tight end, in the matchups that you're looking for and going to. One thing that Wyoming does have on their offensive line as it relates to our defense, they got offensive linemen in the tight end. I'm better at numbers than names. The tight end is number 84. These are guys who are on NFL teams' prospect lists. So these are guys who are coming to be physical. These are guys who know, as you're saying, Dukes, this game is a 8 p.m. game, national TV. This is my time to show what I can do against upper competition. I'm at a smaller school in Wyoming, but I'm on the NFL radar. They saw me do my thing against Utah. Team may have lost the game, but I'm talking about the individual thing. These guys are not going to come in here and be like, hey, well, let's try to keep it close and just dance with them. They want to prove that they have NFL caliber talent, and they want to get drafted as well.
Yeah. And for the ones who don't have NFL caliber talent, you can still get paid in the college game. And so with the transfer portal, the more people see them on national TV, hell, they could be out there thinking, can I be the next Tyreek Davis and go to Colorado? So these guys are going to be coming out with their hair on fire. But, hey, guys, the rain just stopped. I got to go find Cam. So if y'all don't hear from me in a few minutes, I can't find him.
Cam is like Jesus said, he about his father's business. So go go wherever you would be, Dukes.
Cam is a ninja. Samurai. Yeah. I think this game though, coming up, man, this night game, it can go, of course, it can go many ways, but I think this game could be one of those games where and we'll confirm this if we can. They're asking if Kate Salt is the starter, confirmed starter. They're putting reports put out there. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's say he is the starter. This game goes the correct way, like I think it could go. Salter could be done with this game by the third quarter. That's if everything goes the way I think it can go in this game. If he comes out there and play with his hair on fire, offensive line is doing what they're supposed to do, the run game is clicking, that sets it up for his RPOs, his play actions, his rollouts, his design run plays that I think can just bust this game wide open. And they can be up by 2, 3, 4 scores, going into the third quarter. That's just me.
No, I don't think that's as crazy as you can be. That ain't crazy. Coach Prime at the presser yesterday did like when we play Uno of Spades. He kept his cards close to his chest so you couldn't see him when asked about the quarterback situation. He knows who the starter is going to be. I think that we all, as fans of the game or people who watch the game in Houston, could make the assumption or presumption that it goes back to K-Salt for the starting position. But one thing Coach Prime is doing like what happened in Houston is, why am I going to tell my opponent that a week early? Let them have to watch film, let them have to prepare for different scenarios because whatever you have, Chico, is that you're exactly right. If you get up and do your thing, you're going to probably see 2 of them anyway. But I would think that it would be no shock to the nation if K-Salt was out there leading his team this weekend because you take care of this Wyoming team. Your next stretch is nothing but conference games. And so that senior leadership and what he brings to the table is going to be needed more than ever then. So why not have him out there now getting back ready to go into conference play?
Yeah. Duke's just left, but we could have a little "You Tell Me" segment right now. real quick. Like it's gonna be based off of the chat. So y'all have questions, put them in there right now. You want Unc to tell you, put them in there right now.
We
I
got a
had
super
one, but
chat. Like we love super chats. Remember
we
that
love
now.
the super chats. But
Got bills
we had
around here.
one, but you answered it as the question was going up, and I was getting ready to ask you, but you answered it, and it
Which was
was
that?
why would it go back to Salter? And you pretty much said that as soon as I was about to ask that. So
Yeah, I just think I'll double back and circle. And this is just me. This is not a Coach Prime conversation or something I witnessed at practice and anything. This is me having watched 3 games now. When I saw the Houston game compared to the opportunities of what Salt had when he had the ball, whether it was Georgia Tech or that first part of Delaware, I say Salt. Is the guy that gives you that best opportunity right now. So that's what I'm basing on. And as Chico always says, that's just my opinion.
that's just me. I'm just talking for me, though. And man, when y'all see when Salter clicks out there and this team clicks on the offensive side of the football, it's going to be something special. That's what I see. It's going to be something
Absolutely.
special when they could turn around and hand the ball off, and they can hit you with some misdirection. And if you don't know whether Salter is going to run or pass, go deep, whatever. This is so many different ways this offense can beat you once they get going and they get on the same page.
Absolutely.
So we're definitely looking out for that. What about the play calling? Unc, you tell me, will we see a little bit more diversified play calling from the offensive side this week, or what do you think about that?
I think the short answer there would be yes, but I think the long answer would be you're going to see what's working, and to have diversity for this. And I'm talking about play calling now, not racial diversity in the workplace. I'm talking about play calling. To have diversity for the sake of diversity doesn't mean anything, particularly if you're going away from what's working. So what I think you're going to see in those opening series are some scripts that are advantageous to what you're seeing on film and advantageous to who the quarterback is, because quarterbacks at this level and above, they get to tell the offensive coordinator, hey, this is what I like in that situation. This is what I like. And you measure that against what worked well in practice against the scout team, the quote unquote look team. And I say one thing that Colorado needs to do, differently is, and maybe this is diversity to some people, stick with the plays that's working. Like sometimes we'll do a play and it's a 7 to 8 yard run and you don't see it again 2 quarters later. And so I'm not a diversity guy's play calling just for the sake of mixing it up. Run it till they stop it.
I like that. I like this super chat too. If y'all want us to like y'all super chat, get in there right now. Hit us with the super. T. Hardiman said, I have to give my guys their flowers. TMR, y'all are way better than just a show. Thank you very much. You have haters waiting to troll daily. Definitely. I love that you make them so uncomfortable. Yes. Love the show. Haters, why you mad? I don't know. Well,
Player, why they hate? Player, why they hate? Player, why they hate?
Shout out my haters. I know that you're watching.
But one thing I say, Chico, and shout out to Ron Hartman for that super chat and that comment. We really do appreciate that. When we now do these film breakdown sessions to say what went wrong and what the play was designed to do, what folks need to understand out there, that includes Rob Livingston, that includes Pat Shermer. They stand in front of the team and go, hey, my bad on that one. I put y'all in a bad situation. I got to do better than, I need to get that one back. I won't put you in that situation again. This accountability mantra that you hear Coach Prime espousing, it ain't just on the players.
Yes. He
said
that.
I don't know how many times he got to say it before people realize he's saying it. Oh man, he need to hold the coach accountable. Well, that's what he just said. That it starts with them, with him and them, and they have stood in front of their team, their players, and owned it. And so I don't care if it's the equipment staff, I don't care if it's Reggie Calhoun singing the logistics, the operations, the way we move. Accountability is not just a catchphrase in the building. It's the mantra, it's the motto, it's what's taking place. Because everything has to click for this team to win.
Another super that just came through. What are your thoughts of both coordinators being in the booth calling plays instead of being on the sideline to see the entire field, i.e. DC? You tell me.
Yeah, I think that that's a a coach prime and the coordinator conversation to be where you're most comfortable, to be where you communicate the best. We have to keep in mind that Rob Livingston, yes, whereas he is the DC, he's also coaching the safeties. And so he has a different role on game day as well. And he's more comfortable letting the defensive units kind of do their group teak, their unit talk, and then he huddles the entire defense out up with what the schematic is about to be. So I think Livingston is in a position where he prefers to be on the sideline, and so we'll just see how that flips or doesn't flip or stays the same. But right now, I don't think that's viewed as something that's broken.
Yeah, I think it's preference also by each coordinator. You know, wherever they are, whatever school. Some like to be in the booth. Some like to be on the field to look in the eyes of their players, to talk to them directly. At the same time, they're communicating with their on the field coaches, and they can relay whatever message to them. They still get on the phones nowadays. You know, they still talk to the guy in the booth.
It's headsets and
It's headsets and
I want to call them iPads, but those Microsoft pads.
Okay, right,
Yeah.
right.
But there's still phones down there, and every now and then, hey man, tell Chico pick up the phone.
Yeah, I can talk to him directly.
Yeah. But a lot of times you'll just see a headset come across. I think there's Gunnar hopping on.
Yeah, let's ask a coach who's actually there on the sideline.
Let's talk about offensive line stuff too.
Yeah, that too. Let's bring on Coach Gunnar White, of course. Yes, indeed. Coach.
Hey, guys.
Hey, my man, Coach G. White, whose picture is in the elevator at the Broker Hotel.
Not going to ask why, though.
Oh, I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
So one thing about the Broker, Chico, and audience out there, the hotel is themed out in Colorado sports. And so each floor, when you step out the elevator, there's a picture from a game or something, all the helmets and trophies in the lobby. And on the elevator, there's this offensive lineman, got the captain patch on, and he's getting in his stance. And somebody put a sticker on it that says Gunnar White, like this.
Oh, yeah.
It's not me. It's not me.
You'll make it Gunnar.
Yeah.
That's
Coach,
tough,
welcome
man.
back to the morning run, man. We had you on before the season started. Appreciate you taking some time to come back.
Yeah.
We were giving you your flowers, so let me give them to you in your presence about the outstanding play of this O-line and how people doubted whether this three-headed monster in the coaching room could work. You being a tip of the spear, it's your responsibility, but having Coach Dre and Coach George there with you as well. Mm-hmm. Talk about how this line has now 3 games in, because the football manual says it takes about 3 real games for a line to really come together. Mm-hmm. Talk about how this line has been able to gel and mesh and perform, even with now getting top 10 grades. How did this all come together?
Well, the guys, they worked hard all during fall camp together. We were starting to see guys mesh and gel then. And then as games go on, even with adversity hitting us in the mouth a little bit, we tend to stick to the stronger side of things. Our pass pro has been really good. Our run blocking has been decent. Still not where we want it to be, though. But we're getting to the point where we're making some attention known about what we're doing and everything. And it's been great having all 4 of the G's working together for this line to come together and work, whether it's during film study, drills, after hour sessions, whatever it takes to get the job done.
Well, you touched on still leaving some meat on the bone as far as run blocking goes. As you see it as coach for that room, what's the next steps to check that box?
You'll see this week. We're implementing some different techniques this week, and I think you'll like what you see.
Y'all heard that here on the Morning Run Live, man. We're not going to give too much away because we know Wyoming is watching as well. Our opponents love the show, so we're not going to tell them too much, Coach. I want to say this because, Chico and I go back and forth. Chico is my neighbor. He's from Alabama. Gunnar White and I from Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about the impact these Mississippi guys have made in this O-line room, man.
They've been holding down the middle pretty good. Like I said, not exactly where we want to be, because we strive for the Joe Moore Award. Like, that's our picture in the offensive line group chat. Like, that's what we talk about. Like, we have that standard in the room. And with those 3 guys so far, they've been doing pretty good job.
Yeah. Coach, when you're in the meeting room and you're talking about the game plan for the week, how
Mhm.
excited do the guys, how do they respond when they know that it's going to be a heavy run game, in the game plan, a heavy week for running? How do your offensive linemen respond in the room? Do
They
their
beg.
eyes light up?
Yeah. Oh yeah. They beg for it. Like they want to take the opponent's will. Like they want to move that line of scrimmage and then protect our quarterback and whatever it takes.
Yeah. And then the running backs also, how do they, the relationship with the running backs and the offensive line is very important to get the run
Yeah.
game going. Talk about the running backs and how do they meet with you guys sometimes, and what's your relationship with them, and also with Coach Marshall Falk?
Yeah, absolutely. We meet together every day with O-line, running backs, and all the coaches together too. And then we look at the blocking schemes. We look at how we're going to pick up protections, and we talk through what could potentially be issues too. Just books that have presented itself in the past, and we dig pretty deep whenever we're going through and scouting guys.
Coach, that communication is one thing, and
Mhm.
what's been discussed this week, the word has been accountability.
Mhm.
What have you been seeing from your guys in the room from that accountability standpoint, and owning what needs to be fixed, and going out there and wanting to fix it?
Well, it's really no different because they handle that on a day-to-day basis anyway. Like they know they're not perfect. They know that we make mistakes, and they own it and they fix it. There's some things in games that got away from us, and we go on the sideline, we talk about it, and luckily the past 2 years we've had video, so we can get instant feedback immediately on it. And that way there's no, oh, well, I had a shade of 3, a 5, and a 9 on one side. And like, no, there's only 4 D linemen.
Yeah,
So the tape doesn't lie. So we go and we correct things immediately.
love that. You got a shout out, doubly blessed twin mommy, who's by her name is a twin mom.
Yeah.
She said, shout out to you for being a twin dad.
That's right. That's right. Love my twin girls. They turned about 2 weeks ago.
Say that again, Coach. What age?
They turned about 4 2 weeks ago.
Oh man, big 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
C Maven AI dropped a super chat in. We appreciate that $17 super chat. He says, risk of overcoaching, paralysis by analysis, let the bus play fast, not think slow. What are your thoughts on that?
No, that's exactly right. The analysis part is more for us. So we take all the information and we simplify it and get tendencies, and then feed the guys those tendencies off of that. So it's like 2 to 3 liners, and then you get tips and reminders every week on just things that show up constantly throughout each opponent every week. And there's nothing that's going to slow them down, as far as there's no paralysis by analysis, because that's our job. Like I'm in here late every night.
Yeah.
That's my job, to simplify it for them, so that way when they see stuff, they're like, oh, well, he can either do this or this, so I can play fast and go.
Mm-hmm. Chico?
I was going to ask about just positions. Like, you have a lot of transfers that came in that play multiple positions. How did you decide on the combination in the group to go with? Like, you have a guy like Xavier Hill who's played tackle, right tackle, guard, both sides, but he's at the left guard position next to Jordan Seaton. How did you come up? How did you decide those factors, or did they do it themselves?
No, it was a little bit of both. We had an idea when we brought them in what they were going to play. And then we were just trying to put the best combination of the 5 out there, because I wish we could have 11 offensive linemen out there, you know what I mean? But you can't. You can only play with 5. And then in some games we played with 7. That was a different little deal, a little change up for us. But no, it's all about practice tape and how you practice, because whatever shows up in practice is going to happen in the game. So that's how you get your dependability on the guys. They know that they have to show up for work every day.
Yeah. And Coach, speaking of that, you got your 5, as you said, and have used 7 And that all starts with that practice evaluation and what you guys are seeing in practice. What are you seeing from those other guys in practice that somebody might be nipping on some heels and moving up later on in this season?
Oh, they're hungry. And that's the thing. Like last week, we put Andre Roy out there at right tackle, and that's showing everybody else in the room like, hey, if you're falling behind on something, like next man up, and you got it, and you got your opportunity. Don't waste it. Don't look back. Take it and run. Okay, and then that also lights the fire under Larry too, saying, hey. I'm not doing this again. Like I'm going to kick it into gear during practice, and then show you that this is my spot.
I got to tell you this, Chico. One of the things I love about Larry, other many things,
Big Larry.
He got the simplest damn nickname ever. It's just Big Larry.
Big
and it is so fit because Larry is big.
Yeah. Talk about their skill sets then, Coach. Big Dre and Larry, at that right tackle spot.
I would say that Dre, he's more athletic. He's not as big as Trey, so he can move in space better. He's got good hands, inside strikes, but he lacks in the weight. Whereas Trey, he can cover guys up in 2 or 3 steps compared to what other guys have to do to constantly keep their feet moving and cover guys. It's everybody has their pros and their cons, and then based off of what we're seeing throughout the week and then who we're playing, that's how it gets addressed.
Yeah, and we talked about earlier with Coach Andre being in the booth and you being on the sideline along with Coach Hageman. Talk about that dynamic, how you guys work together to get the best out of your offensive line.
So Grant and Dre, they're up in the box, and me and G we're down low. So they see everything in real time, and then they also have tablets up there as well too. So by the time that the drive's over, they got a pretty good grasp on what happened during the series. Where with us, we only get a certain angle, because if you notice, I'm not in the camera too much because I'm usually on the opposite end of what's going on, so I can see as much as I can. And then they relay feedback to me. I get the tablet, and then I go through the plays with the guys. And then as that's going on, if we need to have one-off conversations and whatnot, Coach G would take it, and he'll get with the guys, and if they need heavier corrections or more one-on-one time, he's going to handle that too while I address the rest of the line.
Love it.
Love that, Coach. Love that. Coach, we appreciate you coming by the morning run. I know we got a evening practice, so it's still a long day to go for you. Appreciate you taking the time out. But before you hop out of here, I know the scoreboard is the final determiner of what we did or did not do. So outside of Colorado winning the ball game, what are you looking for out of your offensive line to let you know that they're progressed in the right direction?
Be physical and move line of scrimmage and keep the quarterback on his feet. Like as long as we do that, that's our job. Anything other than that, it's not cutting it. And we owe that to the team. We owe that to the fan base. We owe that to everybody who wears black and gold. And that's something that we pride ourselves on.
Sounds like accountability to me, Chico.
Sounds like it's KISS. Keep it simple, stupid.
That's right.
That's right.
Coach Gunnar White, my homeboy from Mississippi, HBCU grad and a black belt. He'll whoop your ass if you get out of line. Coach, we appreciate you.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
All right.
Coach Gunnar White, O-line coach at CU. Chico, again, I heard it all. I heard all through the conversation, accountability, even if he didn't necessarily use that word.
Right. Most definitely, man, because, that's what you need, especially when you have an offensive line that has depth and guys behind. You know that this guy can come in and play, like he said Big Roy did behind Big Larry. So you're going to be accountable for what you're doing out there on the football field. They're going to hold you accountable. You got 3 coaches that's on you. So you're going to have to be on top of this. I wouldn't expect anything less from this offensive line with these type of coaches being on them constantly. And that depth once again. So we'll see how it plays out versus Wyoming. I'm expecting a dominant game, I think this offensive line is looking forward to pushing some guys against their will. It's a run
Absolutely.
block.
Absolutely. I think they're up for the challenge, man, and looking forward to it as well. Kind of
Yeah.
like walking into a buffet. You just like, man, I'm about to eat.
It's about to go down up in here today. I don't know if they know.
Hey, Chico, it's Sunday afternoon at Grandma's house. Everybody gonna eat.
And we done already took that ride in the car with the cousins. Boy, we about to go ahead and mess something
Oh.
up.
Got to. Don't know if Coach Pollack will make it on before we get off the air, but if he doesn't, we will have him on tomorrow. And we also have linebacker Jeremiah Brown joining us live tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
So don't want to miss. You don't want to miss. You don't want to miss the morning run tomorrow.
No, you do not. Shout out to those guys, and shout out to everybody checking in. Put your city and your state in the chat right now. Also, stick around once this video is done and leave your comments. Keep it going because we don't see the live chat once the video is done. So y'all get back in the chat, run them likes up, run the comments up, and engagement up for your dog. If y'all mess with us
and
for real,
don't let Debbie Garcia be alone. Run that merch up. She said she getting this one next, Chico, but she's gonna draw a line or something through the Chico part.
She said she's gonna put a heart around my face, not a damn line.
I knew it was something.
It was something like that. Yeah. Y'all go get y'all some unclechico.myshopify.com. You understand me? That's the schedule right there for the rest of the season. Y'all make sure y'all get out to the ball games and go to the Boulder Broker Inn. You know, if y'all listen to Unc and Chico, you'll know what we're talking about. All right. Follow us on Instagram. Y'all see it right there. Can't wait to hear from Coach Pollack. He's doing a phenomenal job with it. Most definitely he is. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Special teams are special. That's how the old ball coaches be coaching, be clapping right there. Let's go, guys. Take us out. Oh, you gonna land the plane tonight? Boom.
Flight 10's prepare for cross check. This is the morning run. Big Dog Chico, Uncle Neely, Deuce the Scoop, coming at you 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Mountain. You know to catch us. Again, tomorrow we'll have on Coach Michael Pollack from Special Teams, as well as Jeremiah Brown, JB, from the defense side of the ball, linebacker. Don't want to miss that. Great conversations coming up. And then Friday and Saturday and Sunday, we're coming at you. Keep in mind, this is a night game this weekend, 8:15 p.m. kickoff. That's 10:15 for our crowd in Atlanta on the East Coast watching. Got a lot to discuss, Chico. We're coming back at you, though.
We can't wait. We can't wait, big man. Thank y'all for coming out. Y'all know what to do. Hit the like, subscribe, and comment, all the other good stuff. This has been another episode. The code is one you can find on the internet. That is the morning run. You understand me?
He ain't lying.
Let's go.